and welcome to Taiwan Part 2, the China Factor, Military Threats, Political Pressure, and Global Responses. Taiwan's ongoing struggle with China. Taiwan exists under the constant shadow of China's growing ambitions. While Taiwan operates as a sovereign entity with a thriving democracy and a strong economy, China sees it as a breakaway province that must eventually be reunified by force if necessary. This unresolved conflict puts Taiwan at the center of an escalating geopolitical struggle, involving not just China, but also the United States, regional allies, and the global economy. The big question: can Taiwan maintain its independence, or is a confrontation with China inevitable? China's military threat, the pressure to reunify. The One China policy. China's government insists that Taiwan is part of its territory, despite Taiwan operating with its own government, military, and economy. China's military buildup. The People's Liberation Army, PLA, has significantly expanded its capabilities, from missile systems aimed at Taiwan to naval exercises simulating a invasion or blockade. Experts debate whether China would attempt a full-scale invasion or use a naval blockade to strangle Taiwan's economy and force its submission. Cyber and economic warfare. Beyond military options, China has also engaged in cyber attacks, disinformation campaigns, and economic coercion to weaken Taiwan internally. Taiwan's defense strategy. Can it deter China? Asymmetric warfare. Taiwan focuses on defense strategies to make the invasion costly for China, using advanced missile systems, drones, and guerrilla-style tactics. Military alliance and U.S. support. While Taiwan is not officially part of the defense alliance like NATO, it has a strong unofficial backing from the United States, Japan, and other Indo-Pacific allies. Self-defense and military modernization. Taiwan is increasing its military spending and upgrading its weapons, naval capabilities, and missile defenses. Civil resistance and guerrilla warfare. If an invasion occurs, Taiwan's leadership has indicated a Vietnam-style resistance movement could emerge. The role of the United States. Will it defend Taiwan? Strategic ambiguity versus clarity. The U.S. has long maintained a policy of strategic ambiguity, meaning it does not explicitly promise to defend Taiwan, but strongly suggests it would intervene. Arms sales and military cooperation. The U.S. regularly sells advanced weapons to Taiwan, including F-16 fighter jets and missile defense systems. Recent U.S. commitments. President Biden has repeatedly stated the U.S. would defend Taiwan if China invades, but official policy remains unclear. Regional partnerships. The U.S. is increasing military ties with Japan, Australia, and the Philippines, creating a defensive network that indirectly supports Taiwan. How global powers are reacting to the China-Taiwan tensions. Japan and South Korea. Japan sees Taiwan as crucial to its own security, while South Korea remains cautious but concerned about China's aggression. The EU. The EU has historically taken a neutral stance, but has recently increased economic and diplomatic ties with Taiwan as tensions with China grow. Southeast Asian nations. Countries like the Philippines and Vietnam have mixed reactions, balancing economic ties with China while preparing for potential instability. India and the Quad. India is strengthening military ties with Taiwan as part of its broader competition with China, especially through the quadrilateral security dialogue with the US, Japan, and Australia. Taiwan's future in a dangerous world. Taiwan's survival depends on strategic alliances, military defenses, and economic resilience, while the risk of a Chinese invasion is real. Taiwan has powerful backers and an increasingly strong defense posture. However, as China continues to grow in power, Taiwan must remain vigilant, adaptable, and prepared for multiple forms of conflict. The big question remains, is the world willing to stand by Taiwan if China decides to act? Strategic watch lists and next steps. Monitor China's military exercises and political rhetoric. Does it signal an imminent escalation? Track U.S. policy shifts. Will Washington officially commit to defending Taiwan? Observe Taiwan's military and economic strategies. Are they adapting fast enough to counter growing threats?